Fanfic Corner, presented by Jennifer. Dragon Mating Rituals, Sky, Part 2. Years later, Saviva smiled as she looked down at her engagement gift. She never took it off from the day he put it on her wrist. Her smile fell only a little at the sorrow of losing him, but then she walked over to her son and placed a hand on his shoulder. "Cal, we need to talk." "What is it, Mother?" "It's about your engagement to Rayla." The boy's face dropped. "If you're going to tell me I can't because she's an elf, then—" No, nothing of the sort," she chuckled. "Good to see you inherited your father's ability to jump to conclusions." He tilted his head a little. "Then what is it?" "Well, you haven't proposed properly. Not as a sky dragon should." She gave him a warm smile. "You need to dance." Dance?" the brunette gasped, swallowing hard. Mom, I can't dance. I mean, really can't dance." The queen smiled as she brushed his hair back. "It's all right. I can teach you." A few weeks later, Callum stood in the throne room, pulling at the collar of his shirt to try and stop the sweating. Desperately, he hoped he wouldn't forget the routine. "I can't do this." "You can, Cad." His mother chuckled as she rubbed his shoulders. "Just relax and remember, she's already accepted. This is just formality." He sighed with a nod. "All right, she'll be here in a moment. I'll be over there. Just stay calm and do what we practiced." Just as she stepped away to a corner, the doors opened and the silver-haired elf walked in. She looked at him with a confused expression. Cal, what's this all about?" He opened his mouth to speak, but then swallowed thickly, reaching out and taking her hand. He pulled her to the throne and made her sit down on it. "Just sit down." She smiled as he backed off a little. "Cal?" He swallowed, then bowed to her, holding out his wings behind his back, and began to step to the side. He bobbed his head in a way that made him look like his head was loose on his neck. Rayla chuckled as he did. "You look like a chicken." He glared, but then turned his back to her, swaying his hips and tail. Staggering forward, he tried to regain his composure before biting his lip and fluttering his wings slightly. He brought them around in front of him and cocooned himself before moving side to side, popping his head up with every step. He tried to ignore the laughter filling the room. Oh, Cal, please stop. I can't. You look so—" He didn't stop, continuing to step before flaring his wings out to the side and twirling on the spot. However, his tail had other ideas and tangled up in his legs, causing him to fall flat on his face with a thud. Rayla quickly ran over to him and helped him up, still giggling. "Cal, are you all right?" Rubbing his shoulders, he frowned at her. "Darn it, I practiced so hard, too." "Cal, what is this all about? I mean, if you wanted to make me laugh, there are easier ways." It was a mating dance," he confessed with a blush, looking away from her. "It's tradition for sky dragons to dance for their intended mates. But I messed it up." The elf blushed, but then grinned, leaning over and kissing his cheek. "Well, I didn't fall in love with your dancing. I fell in love with your heart and silliness. I love you for you, Callum. Never mind any tradition." He smiled, finally looking back at her. "So, you still want to marry me?" Smirking, she leaned over and kissed his lips.